Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, we're recording now.
Nice.
And let me update my screen that I'm sharing.
Wait, how do you have overlay on the middle right of your screen?
You can just drag it.
You can just drag it.
What the fuck?
What?
Wait,
I
that's
didn't know
smart.
that. What the-
I was
I wanted it out of the way of the
Wait,
time
why is
in the
my
top
name
right.
G dot dot dot?
Because
Streamer
it's streamer
mode.
mode.
I have OBS open.
Yeah.
Mine is
Yeah.
S dot dot dot.
All right, so we
Bigger.
talked about. Okay, so I kind of went over this map a little bit. So let's take a look at the comp you guys are running, right? So you've got the May and the Sojourn for DPS. I think that's perfect. I think that's personally, I think that's fine. I would probably recommend running a Bastion in there because Bastion's been seeing a lot of playtime with these kind of comps. So Bastion gives you the advantage of really fast shield break and a lot of damage. You also have the ability to do Window Bastion and kill your entire team. I don't know if anyone was watching Owl Grand Finals today or any of the matches for playoffs, but they were pretty interesting. They were running a lot of like rush comps essentially with Zarya, some Ryan here and there if you're Atlanta, some Orisa, and a lot of them were running Bastion comps. So if you want some homework, tune in tomorrow. There'll be some good matches you can watch, earn some tokens, but you'll also get to see how the pros do it. So this is fine. You're just gonna set up here. So you guys are all kind of leaving your Rhine very isolated. So with this comp, you guys really want to be playing fast. You want to be playing on your Rhine. May, Lucio, you guys should be right around here with your Rhine playing for the statue. Your BAP can play a little bit further back, and then your Sojourn takes an off angle, like often like up here, or just like even on low ground, maybe to get cart. So you guys are like it just started, so I'm gonna see where you guys go, but that's like ideally where you want to be setting up to go right away. Nice wall.
Big boom. Reinhardt's so Chad.
Okay. Easy team fight. So now by now you know their comp, what they're running. So what are your comps like? What are you playing for versus what they're playing for, right? Can someone explain?
Our goal is mainly to bait out the bubbles and then rush down their backline. That's what we have it as.
I think
Right
there's
now,
a simpler answer that you're overthinking a little.
Bastion uses form. No form, boom, kill them. Right?
Not quite.
Okay, never mind. All right.
I'll just keep adding underlines till someone sees it.
Oh my god, May.
Yeah, you want to play for your wall.
Wall.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, you play for Maywall here. So you want to be
why?
isolating. You want to isolate a target. This is so rush comps. They've all kind of evolved since goats, and goats. Your main goal was to isolate a target because that was the only way you were gonna get a kill. So your comp has Maywall for isolation, so you can like just back there you isolated the Zarya and the Bastion, right? So you walled off the Bastion. He died immediately. So you want to be playing to split their like, especially with a Life Weaver, right? What's the Life Weaver's goal?
Keep everybody stay in the back, heal them, and then if anybody's in danger.
Very
pull them
simple.
through.
Keep them alive. How's he going to do that? He has utility. He has healing. If he can't see them, he can't use either. His job is going to be very difficult. He could pedal up and then pull over the wall, but this isn't a rank where I assume he's not going to do that. A lot of Lifeweaver players are pretty bad, so you can exploit that by trying to isolate either their tank or their Bastion and get a kill with the wall. Ideally, you want to split the Bastion because he can break the wall really fast. So you want to get him on the other side of the wall where you can kill him, but your mileage may vary. So now you know your team's objective. And you kind of know what their team's objective is, right? They're going to be running at you. They have a pretty similar brawl comp. Their soldier's going to be off-angling on the flank somewhere. So pretty straightforward, not too hard. Your comp is pretty decent. I would say that the only thing you might struggle with is a soldier on the off-angles, but your Sojourn can probably take care of him. So I want to be seeing high grounds. I want to be seeing where are we? So I want to be seeing high grounds from your team. I want to be seeing. I hate the spectator controls in this game. High ground's good here. I like where you guys are playing. I think your Lucio can be on your Rhine. We're looking to boop down from here. I know we talked about this in the one-on-one VOD. Your BAP can be sitting with your Sojourn, looking for that extra damage together, and your May and your Rhine play together. So this is fine. The reason why I prefer the train over the bus is because they can spam you pretty easily and you have no cover here other than just dropping. Whereas you have a lot more cover in the... Well, I guess it's not a train. Whatever it is. You know?
That one.
Yeah. That's kind of unlucky. You can still win this. Okay. Probably not going to win this. You just don't have the damage. You only have the melee. Like, try and keep your Mei up here. Give shield whatever you need to give to keep your Mei alive, so you have 5 for the fight. Well, it's a little early. I guess you're predicting the shout. You have to wait until they're going to use it first. So let's see where we go from here. Okay, your Sojourn does her job. She gets a kill. Okay. This is now we're trading ults. They use the tree. We're using shatter. We get a kill off theirs, off of ours. So you're up 2 now. Lifeweaver.
Time for the reckoning.
So I know we talked about this in our one-on-one as well. Most of the time when the JQ is going to be using Rampage, you're going to want to counter with Beat. We just don't have it yet. So now your goal is probably stack on BAP and use Lamp if you need it. You're 2 seconds off. It's not that bad.
Let's get you all better.
Okay. So depending on where you guys stack, you can probably be saved by that Lamp. I think we just have to recognize that we're going to take a lot of damage. We don't have speed. We have to stack pretty heavily to avoid dying here.
Okay.
Stagger's not so bad because you're on cart, but it's not ideal by any means. What you could also do instead of playing the BAP here, you can play Kiriko and go for cleanse on the JQ ult if you're not getting beat as fast as you are getting as fast as you're getting the Rampage. So that would be another alternative and one that I like a little bit more personally. Actually, you know what? Let's take a second to do comp analysis, right? So you guys are running a pretty standard rush comp. You've got the Mei, the Ryan, the Lucio, the BAP. Sojourn is also pretty common now. Used to be Mei cast, now you see a lot of Sojourn, Reaper, Bastion, those kind of things. They're running a very weird comp. They have a Lucio, Lifeweaver, which don't usually synergize well. They have a Bastion or Soldier, which is seeing a lot of usage, and they have a JQ. All right, so what's their goal as a comp? Does anyone know?
Kill us.
Okay,
So
but how are they
to,
going to do that?
Heavily, they're gonna have the soldier flank and then take the main angle of the bastion,
Yes.
and then just like speed their queen in.
Use
for
shout
the-
and speed boost to just run down your backline. Ignore your Rhine, just walk past them, kill backline is their goal. And if anyone goes too deep, they have Lifeweaver to pull them out. So that's what they're playing for. You guys are playing for something very different. You're playing to just kind of like, you're grouped up more, right? You want your Sojourn ideally to be on the off angle, but you're kind of more like a ball compared to their comp, right? They want to be playing a little bit more split than you guys. That's how you kind of deal with rush comps, is you play more split. So by them going split, you don't really, like, you can isolate targets easier, but it's harder to get the kill, if that makes sense, because they can pull out or speed boost out or shout, you know, they have options. So in terms of ults, you guys have a huge advantage going into this fight. They have both DPS ults getting close to beat. You have 3 ults here, both DPS and BAP here. I want to see you start this fight with a window, ideally.
This ends now.
Got you in.
Okay, so this Mei ult is not great. They have Lucio speed and shout. If you are not like in the middle of them when you throw this ult, you're not going to get much value with it. And that's exactly what happens. You end up dying and they're all out of it. So next time you have to try and either wall someone off and then blizzard, or you have to be much closer before you pull the blizzard, right? Try not to initiate a fight with the blizzard as well. I would use window first because it's a little bit low risk. If you get 1 kill or 2 kills off the window, then the fight's already over. But if you start with the blizzard, like, it's a very high commitment because Blizzard takes longer to build a window. Did you have lamp for that?
Pushing the barricade like we were doing.
Oh yeah, he just died really fast. Okay,
Yeah.
not the end of the world. All right, that's a good. Okay, that's great. That's exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to isolate a target, and now you kill the bastion. That's great. That's how you want to be. That's how you want to approach these fights. So now we're pressing advantage with window. I think it's a little too far back, but let's take a look at their positioning. And it's fine, actually. You should be able to. If they don't have a life weaver, you kill the JQ there, I think. You don't get the wall. If you get the wall, you probably kill JQ here. You need to get the walls if this is the comp you're gonna play, just because it's so like it's essentially how you play to get an advantage, right? So your comp's entire point is to get the wall on someone and kill them. But if we're not getting the walls, we're not really we're not gonna get the advantage of playing the Mei. We could play something that has more damage output, like a Bastion or a Reaper, or a Symmetra. Symmetra would be really good. Right, because you can TP and you can close the distance really fast. So that's another option. You guys can start playing sim comps. I know that's seen a lot of popularity with like London Spitfire, but yeah, if you're not getting the yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like not the most off topic, but like I just thought of it right now. You said Bastion instead of Mei, for example, at the beginning, right? Just because Bastion's more popular, but like, when would you rather have Mei or Bastion, for example? Like if what they were. Bruh. Well, like what enemy comp would make you run Mei instead of Bastion?
I don't think
or
they're
are they just
necessarily
interchangeable?
I don't know if they're really interchangeable as much as they are you'd probably want a Bastion on your team almost always. And so the two comps that I saw a lot of today were either Bastion Sim or Bastion Mei, right? So you'll either see a Sim or a Mei, but the Bastion's like almost always there. So the Bastion is something you want to keep on your team, especially because of just the amount of damage that it outputs will break shields. It'll force cooldowns. The grenade is still really useful. Like, you have a lot of options, and they kind of have to. It changes how they play, because if they try and walk into you with your turret form, you're gonna just shred them really fast, right?
Okay, then. Okay, so then the same question, but instead of when would you choose Sim over Mei? Is it just like whichever you're more comfortable with, or is
it depends on how much value you're getting out of on the utility. So if you're getting a lot of value on the TPs, that's when Sim is just going to be the best hero in the game.
Okay.
Just because of how you can rotate way faster. But if you're getting if you're on Mei and you're not getting utility out of the walls, for example, if they just speed past it, or they have a life weaver who's just gonna pull pedal platform up and then pull, that would be a really good time to go Sim and then just try TPing on backline, right?
Okay.
So it's situational, but you have to think about which one gives you the bigger advantage, right?
Okay.
Something like this where they have the life weaver, it's probably going to be the Sim. I would personally prefer Sim over Mei here, and then a Bastion over the Sojourn.
Okay. All right.
See how fast they just kite? They have so much range. They have the Lucio who can speed out. They have the JQ who can shout out. They have the Life Weaver who pulls out. They have the Soldier who can just sprint out. And the Bastion is really the only one who's not mobile. So if you have a Sim, what you could do is you could TP on the Life Weaver. And if the JQ and the Lucio are trying to go on your backline and you all 5 TP on him, he's just going to die. He can't really do anything. If he has pedal platform, all right, Bastion just shoots it, it dies. He dies. He can't pull himself out, so that's one player dead. Then you can try and go on either. I mean, I would probably just go and then take the fight with the tank, because they're down their main healing, and you're just gonna kill them really fast. So that probably kills the JQ and probably the Lucio, and then at that point you've won the fight. So that's how I would approach it with a sim-based comp. With what kind of comp you're playing, you're going to either want to wall either the JQ, you're going to try and wall the Lifeweaver, but he's never going to be in the position to do that. You're going to try and want to wall the Bastion, who so far you've had the most success walling off and killing. You're really not going to be able to wall the Soldier because he's always on high ground or on an off angle. And you can't really wall Lucio because he'll just speed away or run away. Like wall right over it. So your main options are probably, you can ignore the Lifeweaver as well because he's just never going to be in that position. So you really only have two viable options, right? JQ or Bastion. In this fight, you guys don't have wall yet, but you could be looking to get it off on the JQ next. So we'll see where you guys go.
Time for the reckoning.
Okay, good beat. Well, let me just get a better angle. Alright. What are we looking to play for now? They've used Tree. We've used Beat. They've used Rampage. What's our next goal here? Who can we isolate in right now? Looking at this overhead.
Their queen.
Yeah,
Yes.
the queen looks hella off.
The queen is very isolated already. Their Lifeweaver is probably just going to pull the queen away. So, what's your next goal?
Big shatter on
Force.
all of them back then.
That would be another really good
Force.
option.
We can force the
But-
pull and then shatter.
Yeah, that's another option there. Like force the pull on the queen by just trying to engage on her. She's very out of position. To retaliate, the Lifeweaver's just going to pull her away so she doesn't get killed. And then you have a 5-man shatter opportunity, right? So let's see what happens. How do we approach this?
Maybe you could also isolate the Bastion.
Now you can.
The wall.
Okay, we get the kill on the Bastion. But we didn't isolate the JQ, and she remains the biggest threat because we're trying to brawl close range with her. So we never really dealt with that threat, right? Like we didn't look at her, we didn't really force her out. Like right here, we should really be punishing this. I think you're more focused on the 4 people. Ryan, you're more focused on like this 4-person cluster right here. But with these comps, your main goal is to isolate a target, right? So ignore this 4 people, just turn on the JQ. Your entire team should just be looking to like kill this guy right now. And then you force the pull and then you shatter, right? Instead, what happens is we isolate the Bastion, which is also fine, just not in this like situation, because now there's a JQ who's just kind of like existing in us. So we kill the Bastion. Now they're counter beating, and now there's a JQ with a lot of health that we have to deal with right away, and we just don't have enough sustain. This is also a great time to Blizzard. So, why? So, let's think about it, right? They just use Beat, so they can't counter with that. And this JQ can very easily die. So, what we can do is we can look for wall. I know you're already in position to look for wall here. And then just try and Blizzard this. Or you can actually try and Blizzard the Lucio and the Lifeweaver. Both are valid options. Then what's going to happen is we're going to build... If we don't get the kill, we're going to force them back a little bit, get a little bit of space. And then now we have overclock end window that we can look to play together.
This ends now.
You are very out of position.
I greeted for the Lifeweaver. and
Yeah, I
missed.
can tell. Yeah, so you isolated yourself and they killed you. I think we waited too long on ults. Ults are like a really good way to get the tempo in your favor. So you just kind of hesitated and they got an advantage just by like using ults as well. So if we ult first, there's a much higher chance that we're going to win the fight. But if we wait for them to use ults, now we're playing to their tempo, and that's exactly what they want to do because they have a JQ, a Lucio, and they're really going to want to rush in and play to their tempo, not yours. The way you play Rush is you kind of have to play for your advantage, your tempo. So you want to be speeding in on any isolated targets. You want to be using cooldowns first. You want to be using ults first, and you want to try and get kills that way. But if we're playing hesitant, if we're playing like kind of far back, kind of waiting on something, they're gonna press their advantage and they're gonna get kills before we can.
Team kill.
I think the Reaper pick is gonna be better than the Mei, just because we weren't getting value out of the walls. Okay, we have a huge advantage now. They don't have speed, they only have shout. This is your chance to just, like, you want to close this distance, and then just, like, amp into them. So your team should be stacking, like, way more than this. Yeah, I think as BAP, you probably don't want to be pushing car here. I'd say it should be Sojourn.
Got you.
As BAP, you're definitely gonna want to like participate in that team fight more than just push cart. Because if you're playing like with your Reaper or your Bastion, your Lucio, or sorry, your Rhine, not your Bastion, you have a much higher chance of winning that fight. I think as Sojourn, there's a time when you get that early first pick, you don't have to keep off angling. You can rejoin your core, you can push the bot, and you can just spam at them and get that rail charge and try and go for another kill, right? You don't have to be off angling all the time. And I think in this situation, it's probably better for you to push cart, and because you have slide for mobility to rejoin the fight. And then just once you've won this team fight, then you just go back and take an off angle. But I think right now, like, because your BAP is pushing cart, you're kind of out of the fight. So your team starts losing this. Like, now they're even and they have the tree advantage. And they have a Bastion in front of your Rhine. Like if their Bastion route smarter there, you're not getting as far as you guys do. Almost have everyone here.
This ends now. Time for the reckoning.
Fide mal suyo! Hammer down!
Let me watch this one more time.
Time for the...
I think you can be playing that window overclock a lot more than you are right now. I think we should be looking to combo ults just to like the reason we use ults is to turn tempo in our favor, and then we can also get kills with it, right? So by sitting main and just window overclocking, you're probably gonna kill more than just one. Like, you can easily kill two or force ults or force, like, if they have beat, you can force beat, or you can force, like, cooldowns. But I think just by going off on your own, like, you don't have the same kind of power, like, killing power, as you would if you just sit main, right? And with window.
Yeah.
So I think there's some, like, we should be looking for combos more, and we're not really doing that. Like, window overclock is a lot of damage. You can kill pretty much anything really fast.
Usually we did do it. I think we just I just didn't line myself up with Yai properly there. Because I wanted to engage faster, and they were just kind of in a weird position. So I just engaged earlier than I should have.
Well, your fast engage was to take a flank angle instead of just playing with your Lucio, right? So if you play with your core and you play with your Lucio, you're gonna have a faster engage than if you just go off angle on the right. So I think in that situation you do just sit main. I think maybe if they're using overclock or sorry, if they're using rampage and they've hit like 3 people, I don't think we commit ults to this. Like, I like the initiative, but at some point, like, we have to, like, they got their first pick, and like our Lucio's dead. I don't think it's worth committing ults. So that window, that shatter, I think maybe you just save it for next fight. There's a couple ways to use ults. You can try and like press your advantage if you're winning and they're coming back. You want to use ults really fast to like get another team fight over with fast. Keep pushing the cart. There's counter ult if they're using ults, so you can counter ult to like protect the tempo and try and keep it in your favor. You can use ults to get an advantage. Like you can use an ult if it's like they have no ults and you use an ult, now you're in an advantage state. You can get a kill and then you can start pushing your advantage to try and snowball them. Or you can like use ults to try and turn a fight. If you have like one person dead but you have Nanoblade, go for the Nanoblade, right? But in this situation, you have one dead. Two other people are still like antied from the JQ Rampage. And you've already used Overclock. I think we don't overcommit. We recognize that this fight's probably over. We're probably just going to lose this. We used our Overclock. We didn't find any kills. So they're using Rampage. Now the tempo's in their favor because we don't have a cleanse or anything like that. So we're going to stay antied for a while. I think we just save the Shatter, save the window, regroup after this fight's over because we're already down one. And next fight we're going into, we try and use we can try and use that Shatter, or that we can use the window first to engage, or we can use the Shatter to try and like win the fight outright. So I think we just save these ults and then just use them for next fight. Let's kill Swing Eye at the end of there.
I'm sure you didn't win though.
Yeah, I saw. Nice pick. Again, you want to put someone on cart so that you can press the most advantage. Your Lucio's also not going to be the one because you have a Rhine and a Reaper who have to play close range. By having like the Lucio on cart where you can't speed anyone, it's to your disadvantage. Put your Sojourn on cart. Your Sojourn's done their job. Your Sojourn can sit cart. And the rest of your team, push forward. You guys aren't ranged heroes like your Sojourn. You want to be pushing. Spingar, you need to push cart more.
Yeah, if I was on card there and you guys push up, you can kill the wolf.
I've got you in my sights.
And this fight, I know we took a look at. So we have our Lucio who's like on an off angle, out of position. But in theory, if our Lucio is with the rest of our team, like these four players, you guys want to stack really, really hard, right? Like you are the core of this team. You need to like sit together because you're playing for three of you are playing for speed, and then one of you can sit a little bit further back on corners, but you're also trying to heal them, right? So you all need to be playing much more close. Lucio, you're out of position. We talked about this already, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But you see that they use Visor. What you want to do is you want to take all four of you. I'm going to include a little Lucio here. And you just speed backwards. You just wait this out. Your Sojourn can just retreat into Mega. You're fine. And you all just regroup around this corner where the Visor can't touch you. You just wait it out. And then you can just speed in and try and turn the fight then, right? Also, for ult tracking, we see, okay, that's Visor. They don't have JQ ult for another 50%. The only, like, the closest ults they have are Tree, which is 25 off, Beat, and Bastion ult. Bastion ult's really not that useful. So we're only going to really count the Beat here, because the Life Weaver's not that close. We can Beat first, speed in, and just try and take as much advantage as we can, right? We can look for a speed amp in on someone and beat in so we don't die, and try and kill them really, really fast and turn the fight for our advantage. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna back up, or well, I think our Lucio gets caught out and dies, but generally that's how you would want to play it, right? Like you waited out the Visor, that's the biggest threat done. JQ's not gonna have ult for another 50-60%. The next, like, those are really the only two ults you really want to be beating anyway. You're not gonna, I mean, you could counter beat, but if you're playing faster and you have the advantage, you're not going to need to. You don't really beat the Bastion ult, and you don't really beat a Tree, right? So, only one ult that you would really want to beat here, and they're 60% away. So just use it, right? We just let it rip. We group up, we wait this out. Once they start walking forward, we can just speed on them and beat in. And then there's a much higher chance that we win the fight. Unfortunate Ajax. Happens to the best of us. Chio Ajax today. Best Lucio player in the world. Unfortunately, I think you guys are just kind of screwed
like
here.
a good job of backing up though.
Okay, you should have died here.
None of us died there.
You should have, but you didn't. So I guess credit where it's due. Good job on not dying. If their team actually pressed this advantage, you should be dead, though. There's really no way to get out of a Lucio and a Junker Queen speeding on you, like at this range and that health. Really, you shouldn't be alive here. Please, no one died of that. Aww. Okay, no ults here. We just die or get out. Die or get out. Whichever one you can do. And we just look to use ults for next fight. We have window overclock. If used properly, that should be a free fight win. They can beat it, and then we just have Blossom, right? So if we don't like find their Lucio like right away with the window overclock, and they beat it, that's fine. We just try and posture so that they have to back up a little bit, and then we can just use our Blossom. Like we speed in our Blossom and we try and win the fight that way. They have 2 ults. We have 3. We should be winning this fight. I do know what happens here though.
2-minute warning.
Alright, so what happens here is, right now we have our core, who's speeding in. This is fine, except for 1 or 2 small problems, right? Right now, we have high ground, we have a major advantage on them. We don't want to just kind of give it up. We can let our like 3 of our core drop, like our Ryan, our Lucio, our Reaper, they can drop and play card. Our BAP probably wants to sit on high ground for a little bit longer though. You guys probably want to brawl for this position. Try and like you can maybe try and speed on this soldier and get him out of the fight. But what's gonna happen is that they're gonna shout this engage. They're going to turret up, and you're either going to die or you're not gonna kill anything. Anything like if you get close on this JQ, just gets pulled away. And you can't really go on the soldier, he's just gonna walk away. Can't really go on the Bastion because he's in turret mode and will just kill you. And you can't really go on the Lucio because he's out of the fight, right? What happens here is, I've already seen this fight, you guys go in on the turreted Bastion and just all die.
Time for the reckoning!
That also doesn't help. So what you probably do next time, Sojourn sits up on high ground with your BAP, you look for window overclock. They beat it, then you play for Reaper, or they turret and they like try and wait out your cooldowns. Then you can push, you can drop down, you can take this cart space that they aren't really able to contest anymore. Then you try and use ults to like turn the fight, right? But like window alone probably forces them out. Window overclock, if you don't find a single kill, will make a ton of space here. Instead, what happens is we just drop into it and we die, right? They use rampage and we all just perish. So, Spingart, window overclock, you know how good it is, right?
We've done it many times before. It's just in this map in particular, we just
the way that you guys are cycling ults, you always have window overclock at the same time. So just use it. Use it together. Your chances of getting a kill are way higher. Window is not a big deal if you waste it. It's really not. Window is not like a super high impact ult. You get it really fast anyway. So just use it. There's nothing that should like deter you from using it. It's the same thing with nano overclock. My team nano overclocks all the time. So really same thing here. You want to just look for to play the... Okay, well, that works, I guess. Okay, let me go back just a second.
2 minutes remaining.
Realistically, you shouldn't live this. You're pinning into their entire team.
Oh yeah, that happened.
They should just kill you here. I don't know how you're alive. Like, the Bastion should just shred you.
I threw a window, not window, a lamp. I don't know if that saved him here, but
The lamp is only going down now. You should still be dead by now, to be
Damn.
honest. Like if
Chad
they're
Reinhardt.
all shooting you, if their soldier is shooting you and their Bastion is shooting you, you're not living that pin. You're not even getting the pin on the Junker Queen. You're just dead, right? So
A little
this
bit
is
of a mistake.
this is very lucky that you're alive. You should thank your BAP for that lamp right there. In the meantime, we're looking at our our Reaper who's using ult on the Lucio. I guess you're trying to Ajax him, and the soldier's too far out to really do anything. He's not gonna get hit by this. He's not gonna kill you probably, but what you should do instead is play with your Lucio and try and speed Blossom. So you amp speed and you Blossom at the same time. You're gonna cover way more distance. This soldier can die now. You're moving fast enough where you can kill the soldier and the Lucio. I know what happens. I know the Lucio just gets the beat off anyway. Just mid-air, I watched it back in replay. It's really kind of dumb. But if you had speed, maybe you kill the Lucio. Maybe your Lucio shoots the Lucio as well and he dies mid-air. He Ajaxes. And you have the speed to kill the soldier as well, right? So some ults and speed really should be synergized. We can look at them. We can speed in and Shatter. We can speed in and Blossom. Overclock, you can speed. Doesn't really matter that much. Window, you don't really speed because that defeats the purpose, right? So we should be looking to utilize these combos together more effectively.
Hammer down!
This would be fine if we had a Bastion, but our Reaper is too far away for this to do get enough damage in onto anyone and kill them here. They have a Lifeweaver who's just gonna pull whoever we get low. And they're in beat, right? So this Shatter is not really well timed because the beat's just gonna keep them alive. They're just gonna wake up and they're just gonna kill you. I think what I would love to see is you guys using Window more to initiate fights. I think Window is a really good ult for going in. I think we should try and play to use Window early in fights way more as an opener. We're kind of holding it to mid or late fight. We should be using it to open fights.
Please resolve your issues.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, we found the Bastion through the Shatter, and we turned the fight. Oh, do you get the kill on the Lifeweaver? Nice. Good stagger.
Again, I should be the one. Okay.
Yeah, you should be pushing cart, and your team should be pushing up to try and chase kills. Alright, so we're in a very similar situation this time, where they're on high ground. Where's my pen? So, they're on high ground. We have, we're close speed, but we don't quite have it yet. They have Visor, right? So what we should do here, we should be stacking, which we kind of are this time. And when they click this Visor, we just walk back and make it useless. If their soldier drops and tries to chase, we have a Rhine shield. He's not gonna kill us, but we're not gonna die. Whatever, right? But they just wasted an ult.
30 seconds remaining. This ends now.
I don't know if I like that overclock. But yeah, they're not really in a position where you can get value out of it. You're playing the the main angle here, but they're not anywhere near it, right? This is better. So you're playing this sight line, but they're all up here. And the two people who you really have too much health to really kill fast, they're the only people who you could really see, and then they just walk away because you can't kill them that fast. So I don't think I like that overclock. I think you probably wait a little longer before you click Q on that one.
That is
No one-
such a trippy UI.
Yeah, but no one dies. We'll take it. Okay, beat early and just walk on them. Your Reaper's low health. The JQ is isolating herself. She's either gonna get pulled out, and then you can just go on the Bastion. But like, I think you just beat this, and you try and kill the JQ as fast as possible. If she doesn't die, then you just walk on the Bastion, because you can't kill the Life Weaver. You can't kill the Soldier. They're uncontested on high ground. Only way you're gonna kill them is if your Sojourn gets like enough rail to kill them. JQ is isolating herself. She's killable. These two are just gonna probably speed away, but you can maybe kill them if you're fast enough. Really, the only person you can turn on is the JQ. I would beat this, and I would just look to kill her. Instead, we kind of just wait too long. Our Rhine loses his shield. Our Reaper is like fighting their tank, like off doing his own thing, but he's low health. We can't like support him with Bat because we're playing the corner. Our Sojourn has no overclock. She can't really like. This would be a better time to use it, ideally, once they drop. And this beat's just a little too late to turn it. Now 2 are dead already.
Time for the reckoning!
So, biggest problems I'm seeing is mostly usage of ults. That seems to be the number one thing that's really holding us back. Another thing is probably that's not helping is the comp. I think a Bastion would probably help a lot. Now, if you're trying to speed in on their Bastion, and you have your own Bastion, now it's acceptable because you can turret as well and try and shred him before he shreds your entire team. But the way that you played that one fight earlier where you're dropping down, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Probably not. But where you played that fight, actually I can probably find it. Right around here. Yeah, right here. This isn't really going to work because you don't have enough DPS to really kill the Bastion, right? Like, the only way you're going to kill a Bastion is probably with your own Bastion, unless you're like right on top of them. So this just isn't going to work out here. So I think maybe swap the Sojourn for Bastion, or swap and for your other DPS, Mei, Reaper, Symmetra, all good picks. If you're finding success with the Reaper, just stick with the Reaper. But Symmetra is probably like the best way to play this comp. I'd say it's how like most of the pros are doing it now. Like London Spitfire is playing sim comps and they're finding lots of success that way. That's really the only comps that they're using now. So that's what I would suggest. Swap the comp up a little bit. Start using ults like to try and use ults to initiate instead of waiting too long. Like try and combo ults. We can be looking for Speed Blossom. We can be looking for even Window Overclock is another huge one that we're never doing. We should be doing that. We kind of we know like our objectives, right? We know that we want to get a wall off and then kill whoever's isolated. We know we want to be isolating targets and killing them that way. But the execution is lacking, and I think a lot of that is not necessarily positioning or anything. It's really just like we're not using ults properly. I think if you take this advice and go into another map and try and use ults before the other team does, I think you'd find way more success. I think that's probably like the number one thing holding you back right now.
That's perfect because we have scrims right after that.
I can stick around for scrims if you want.
That's
Sure.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's-
40 minutes.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just,
not
like,
going anywhere. I'm going to Toronto tomorrow, but I don't have to do anything.
Rental defined. Okay.
Yeah,
You're going to the finals,
I am.
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Can you take a quick look at where's the Route 66 game? Because I feel like if there's a map where we played, like I'd say as a team, like goated status. Well, not goated status. Like
That's
I feel
pretty
like we
goated.
were really, really well coordinated for the first point.
Sure,
of
yeah,
this
give me
Route
that code.
66.
It's
I got.
yeah, you got it.
You got it?
You have it.
Yai, the fucking code master. It's crazy.
So I just kind of ripped you guys apart for how you were playing. Let's see how you play well.
Oh god. It's X0Y81Z.
All right, let's take a look.
Should
I'll
be
try
on
and make it
here.
short since I know your guys' brains are probably a little tired.
Nah,
Oh,
then
it's
that's never
fine.
tired. I played
Right.
30 games a day.
Oh my.
I am. We're addicted.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
Wait,
Damn
why
it,
is
Bob.
Do I
it so
have
quick?
games for you to take a look at tomorrow?
Me?
You'll see.
I'm not gonna be here.
I know. I'll rant to you later.
No, okay. No, we kind of just got caught. Like their comp is like the Toronto Defiant comp. They've been playing this a lot lately. This was what they were running in. They trying to get to playoffs. Sorry, not Bastion. Torb, Soldier. The Soldier just off angles, and the rest of the four just kind of play together and look to poke you. I think they've been calling it shooter comp, which is very interesting. But I'm gonna assume you guys just didn't know what they were running at first, like going into this. Their comp kind of does beat yours, unless you're playing faster than them. But your Lucio got picked first because of like they just have so much damage and we weren't expecting it. So that's fine. We'll just ignore the first fight.
it looks doomed, but you'll see.
It doesn't look doomed.
You'll see.
I actually like your comp. I think your comp's actually pretty good. This is what's like being played a lot right now. They're playing Zarya, which is good. Sojourn Genji is very popular right now. Lucio is perfectly good. Like this is what's being played in Owl. Saw this comp today with Dallas Fuel.
Nice.
I don't like this though, because you're kind of like walking away from the cart, and they're gonna have a lot of damage up here that you have to deal with. The Ilari's kind of trolling though. She shouldn't be there. She should be up with the rest of her team. Realistically, the way that you're gonna try and want to like delodge the people on high ground is bubble Genji and have him go in. Maybe your Sojourn can go with him too, or take an up high angle. That's probably the best way to like dislodge this threat. This is a really good window. And that's exactly what happens, right? Your Sojourn takes an off angle, your Genji goes up on the high ground, we give him a bubble, and they're all dead. That was perfect, actually. That was a really good execution. You guys can be happy. You can be proud of yourself for that one.
Why don't they add the fucking stats to the regular replay viewer?
I wish they did. Alright, let's not let our Genji die here. Okay, perfect. I want to see the exact same thing. Only problem is you're probably going to have to break turret before you guys engage. But now you have Blade. You look to just bubble the Blade. Beat Blade is also being used a lot. Great beat.
Sing for me!
Only your Zarya's in that. She should be fine. Yeah, she's fine. Okay. All of those ults from both teams, and we only kill the Torb. There's 2 immortalities, a beat is thrown in there. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? They used Flux. They used like they used 4
Yeah,
ults,
Got you in my sight.
and
Yeah,
you're
for
up an
our
advantage because of
singular
your
one.
like what?
Like they use 4 ults for our beat.
Yeah, like that couldn't have been played better. That beat was amazing, and it also happens that your Zarya was the only one caught in the Flux, which was really good. Okay, they used 5 ults this fight, and you're winning
Damn. You
with
killed him
only
with the
1
right
beat.
there.
Beautiful. That was played perfectly.
I think you're gonna be really proud on attack.
I hope so.
60 seconds remaining.
Do they even
Moon
cap?
attack?
Do they cap?
You'll see.
I doubt it.
The viewer.
I don't think so, to be honest.
I don't think they cap this. All right, so
Don't
what I want to
spoil,
see
just
here,
gotta-
Yeah, no
what I want to see here
spoils.
is play for early graph. Is probably what you want to do. Honestly, you can look to just solo graph the Zarya and just all 5 shooter, and she'll die. And then they're down the tank for this.
Огонь по готовности.
Was that Arcgraph? Oh, it has to be. You guys solo graph the Torb, okay. You know what? I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I respect the vision. Oh, nice. Okay. Getting the trade. Sorry, probably dies here. If not, I want you guys to chase this really hard. Do not let the Zarya alive. Like, do not let her out alive.
Remaining.
Okay, well now their entire team's here. It's a little bit different. That's not great. Try and window. The second you're down one, I would pop window to try and equalize.
This ends now.
Okay, nice. Took you a second, but you got another. Nice. Yeah,
I
they
just
don't
want to say
cap
the
that.
shot on the Baptiste was disgusting. Just want to say that.
Let
Pixel
me take a
perfect.
look.
Can we see it? Can I see it?
10 seconds.
Walking back from spawn, the spin guard special.
Yep. Known throughout the land.
Let them up.
This ends now.
Oh, that's nice.
That's two.
Don't bother shooting the lamp or the turret.
Gotta stay on your toes.
In that one situation, the turret's not gonna get any value. You just don't bother shooting it.
Cannot be stopped. Thanks for the help.
Nice. Not bad at all.
Okay. I think you'll see what I mean, because I think we
Fucking
routed this
masterclass.
map like a motherfucker. First
Alright.
point.
I mean, considering they used 5 ults and used 1 beat and won the fight, like, I'm already impressed. That's way better than what
Yeah,
I
but
saw
we-
in Queen Street.
We got fucked this scrim though.
Oh, did you? This was just like the one map?
I wouldn't say this was like this is the one map we played like out of our minds, like coordination wise. I feel like that's a fair assessment.
I would say that your comp should beat theirs most of the time. If you're playing it properly. Like, let's see what happens, though. Okay, this is really good. You want your Zarya on low grounds just to get cart, where she's not going to be, like, able to insta-die. Where are you? Oh, you're all lower. Oh, okay. I thought we were fighting for high ground. Let's see what happens, though. I want you guys to take high ground. Either kill the soldier or the Alari, or take this, like, top, like, right here. Because without high ground, you guys are really going to struggle into this comp. They're just going to, like, shred you. Oh, I think I see where you're going.
That's crazy.
It would be a great rotation if your Genji hadn't died, but I'd still say it's a good rotation. But you're not getting extra credit for that one. If they walk on you, I think you just die here. No, because your Zarya's low HP out of the fight. If they just go in on you, what's stopping them from just killing you?
Their rights. I don't know. Moral code.
Yeah, the Geneva Convention.
Yeah. Geneva suggestion. You wouldn't know
Real.
what to, bro.
Okay. Okay. It's a bold fight to take without bubble, Spingar.
He didn't expect it. That's what makes it so impactful.
True.
No one ever expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Destination.
No one.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
This
Yeah,
point's
we
gonna be
get
very
cucked.
interesting. How you guys play against their high grounds.
I think we get cucked really hard.
Yeah, we get cooked really
Yeah.
hard second point. We tried doing like somewhat the same like routing. You'll see what I mean.
Impossible.
There's
Actually
not
impossible.
really a great way to, like, get high ground on this point, to be honest.
Well, can I say what the plan? Fuck. The first plan was, no, fuck. We were all gonna go through the left room, mega, take the stairs. The problem is, I like.
Someone's
Obviously-
gonna die on this rotate if you do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We waited too long to do the rotation, and I get picked off because I get spammed by their Sigma and Soldier.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Someone's gonna die, and that's like a funnel. There's really one way I see that you can take this. It's a little bold, but it's probably the only way that you're gonna really like. Okay, so the problem is they're positioned too well. This is really hard to cap. So the only way you're gonna break through this is by using ults. So what I would do if I'm your team, I just bubble blade. I try and kill the backline here. Like, I ignore the Sigma and the Soldier. I just, like, maybe your Sojourn tries to jump up here and get, like, forced down by the Alari, and then you just Bubble Blade and go in, right? Like, taking this high ground is the only way that you're gonna really, like, win this point. You could even wait till just, like, grab them on the bridge and then Bubble Blade. But you're so far off Grav right now, it's not worth it. Yeah, that's really the only way I see you guys taking that successfully. You didn't even get the chance to rotate. You just got immediately exploded.
Yep.
The fact that you live your Zarya lives is pretty crazy. It's good though, you want to get out with high charge, but I'm surprised that you live that. I think the problem is you can't even go cave because it's just too much spam.
Yeah, this is where we try and force ults.
Yeah, the only way you're
The
getting through
incident.
this is with ults, but they have 5 as well.
The incidents.
I think we should have winded a little bit further out.
Yeah, I agree. They're just gonna kite that. I think you probably just wait.
Oh yeah, cringe flux. Yeah, yeah, fun champ.
I mean, it
Also
worked.
fluxes me.
Oh.
And then the support character does support things.
I mean, she's just sitting on high ground. Like, okay. Okay, well, she
I killed
trolls.
her.
Yeah.
I taught her
Okay.
a lesson.
Yeah,
Fuck it, grab the soldier.
Here.
Yeah, if it was solo queue, I probably would have, but it was,
I think you should have.
yeah,
I think if you grab the soldier early, the BAP doesn't have time to get back and lamp. Maybe you just kill him really fast, and now they're down 1 going into the next fight. It's turnable.
Good.
You could solo grab the Sigma too, they don't have lamp. Break pylon, just grab someone, I think, is your best strategy here. That's not great. Okay, they shot the 1 person who can just... Okay, never mind, they shot your Genji too. Thought it was Zarya only. We're holding Grav for a long time.
Yeah, I realized after that was like I need to use graph.
Yeah, I genuinely think you just say fuck it and grab the soldier there. I think that was your best... Okay, hold on, that just went way faster than I expected. Oh, they're positioned weirdly. Yeah, you probably just try and speed and grab really quick here. Which I think is what you guys do.
Yeah, then they drop the fucking Kung Machine 3000 and burn us all.
I mean, you had the right
Yeah.
idea.
W ultimate Torbjorn, you're skillful.
And he just kind of came all over you guys. Unlucky.
Yep, yeah. I felt violated. Wasn't okay.
Boom.
Should file a Title IX for that one. Oh, you need to get the soldier out. Okay. You could probably swap the Zarya for a Winston here.
60 seconds remaining.
Maybe the BAP for an Ana.
Yeah, my idea of Winston, my idea into Winston is that they have Alari and Bap and
Winston's
Torb.
fine into that. No, the
I
Torb
always
doesn't
thought
help.
that's impossible to like dive in when they can just like both left click me on my
Well,
way
you
in.
don't necessarily dive them, right? Like you could dive the soldier,
Dive the
get him off
area.
high ground. You could dive the. Well, I guess you don't really want to dive the Torb. Like whoever you dive, you want to isolate and split with bubble so they can't get healed, right? Like if you get a headshot on the Sig, you can jump on the Sig. Someone gets a headshot. But like the way that you guys are playing this now is that you're trying to rotate for high ground and they're just shredding you open, right? Like it's really hard to play into this with your comp.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you guys live here, you're actually fine. Just no one int. I see some of us are thinking about it.
30 seconds
Sorry,
remaining.
you know who I am.
Yeah, but
Right, team
Bap,
of
you have
Inters.
to walk and just get bubbled or like lamp yourself if necessary, because you can't spend that much time in the open. Or like your team can't, not you.
I've got you in my sights.
Good beat.
10 seconds.
Use ults, just use ults, just use ults. Too late. Hesitated.
Overtime.
You had an advantage here. Right? Like, you had beat. Oh, it's just too close. Alright, let's think about how we could have done this better, right?
I've got you.
Okay, we have beat. We're all full health. Just fucking, you have 13 seconds to cap this point. Use all of your ults. Just use them. Just use them. This is last fight. Everybody just click Q. We waited too long on the blade, so now you don't have enough, like, you're gonna click blade and you don't have any beat anymore, you're just gonna instant die. Which is exactly what happens. And I don't think we even get the overclock off. Yeah, we don't. And we die with window? Yeah, we die with window. Yeah, okay. Next time this happens, 13 seconds left, you have beat advantage, everybody press Q. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, well.
Damn.
Could have been executed better. But it wasn't bad. It really was better than the new Queen Street game.
We have a new Bonnie VOD, I think.
I can look at that too.
Well, yeah,
have
yeah,
20
you said you're
minutes.
safe for scrims, so.
I mean, I have no issue looking at VODs. It's really just I don't know if you guys want to break before scrims or not.
I need to like eat food preferably. So I'm
you
gonna
can
go
eat
get
food.
my food. I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back, maybe.
Okay, and I'll keep watching the VODs.
It's
I put
okay,
no new
I'll-
Bonnie
okay,
VOD.
I
I
see,
think
I
we
see.
suck at
Yeah,
I think our Numbani maps are like really trash.
I
Like,
hate
we were pretty
Numbani
bad in that.
personally, but my team likes it, so
Yeah.
I feel you.
Also,
Defend objective
oh,
A.
this is when we played the Korea Diva comp. This was
What? I
actually
have
Smurf.
not seen this before.
Okay, this is actually Smurf. Look how cracked this is.
This comp?
Yeah, and I think we lose first point like really
Ah.
fast, but it's okay. I don't really remember this game. I just remember Diva, and I got to play Diva, and I was really happy.
Diva's
We
lasted
fairly
a fair
decent.
amount, and then we died.
I'm trying to think about like what this comp really accomplishes. I guess it's like you have your Ash and your Alari just to get like poke from like maybe this angle.
Yeah,
And
the
I
way
don't
we
think
did
you
it
should
was
be here.
the way we did it was that me and Alari are just like we're just like the fucking gatekeepers of the top left.
Alari
Ash
should
and-
not stack here on this. Like you stack with your Ash. You should
we
be
had
stacking
Ana with her
your-
Ash. We had Ana and Ash in the black left. Me and Alari, Tara and Genji's
Okay.
like walking in between both of us. To, like if they get dived,
Okay,
our idea is that if they dive them, they can't really get dived because it's Ana, Ash, and then Genji will come over, and then me and Alari are just kind of like the Giga Chads of top left who can't let anyone walk through. But then they play this weird
I have
ball
a feeling
shit.
they walk through though.
Yeah, they're playing like a weird ball. comp,
Okay,
and I was like,
so
what
me
the fuck?
personally, what I would do, I would sit Ana here. I would take Ash and probably go around here or even like up here. Put your Ash and Alari together wherever it is. And then your Diva kind of just plays split because you get healed by your Ana. That's how I would do
Okay.
that. And then your Genji can just kind of play around your Diva.
Okay.
But like your Ana, I like to position here on Ana. This is where I always start my games. If they have if I notice they have a ball or something, I'm just gonna kite back so I can't get booped off. But if they have like a Winston, I like playing here. Especially, or if they have like a Rhine or a Zarya and they're trying to walk through here, or anything that's not really like a ball or like even like a Diva can be annoying. I'm just gonna like chuck nades here all day, right?
Okay. Okay.
Like that's how I would approach it.
Okay. Yeah, like this is like so weird of them. It's just weird.
It's not that uncommon. I've been playing a lot of like teams with have like Echo Mercy who just go right side. Hey, you're up one. Okay, this is fine. Ana, you can rotate out to the left to get a better angle. on these people here?
Yeah, I don't really play on it. I don't know. I usually
Gotcha.
play the Bep, but they wanted to try on it, so I was like, okay, sure.
I'd like to think I'm pretty good at both Ana and Bab, so if you need coaching advice, just let me know sometime. I'm usually
Okay.
free after 8:30. The reason you rotate here is you get a really good angle on these two people, and you can just chuck nades right into this area all day long.
Mm.
Nade chucker.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Opie Worship really slammed me. He did a lot.
It's okay. You should win this fight.
Yeah.
You should be fine. Why does it use Torb turret for this?
Don't. The.
That's weird.
Somehow.
Genji developer.
Wait, this is the Korea comp Spengar, the Nimbani Korea map. This was kind of
I
chat.
feel like it's an appropriate comp that I totally didn't make up 20 seconds.
I've
into
never
the
seen
map.
this before.
That's what makes it Korean.
I don't hate it, but I don't necessarily agree with your positioning. Like who stacked where. I explained this earlier for them, but I think your Diva and your Genji can sit together. Your Alari sits with your Ashe, and then your Ana can sit back either here. Like Ashe you can either play like over here with the core, or you can play like back here and just try and like spam in this angle. But I think your Ana sits here and just like throws nades into this hallway, right? Like, that's how I would play it.
It's because I was thinking Ilari maybe she just sets up the pillar on the top.
I think
right,
Alari
and
just stacks with Ashe. No, like you can throw the pillar across or the pylon across, right? You don't have to actually be there. But if you're sitting with your Ashe, like, I think it's fine. I think you probably want to just play there.
Yeah. We were gonna try this on the game we had Wednesday. I was just thinking, what about instead of Ana, it's Kiriko and the Ilari
That's
plays
probably
with me
better.
and the Kiriko close right.
Yeah, that's perfect actually. That's how I would suggest.
Alright.
Kiri stacks way heavily. Like Kiri stacks way harder than Ana. Like Ana,
Yeah, it's
Ana
'cause,
is
like-
fine, but you're not gonna have a lot of protection without a brig.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
it's 'cause, like,
fine
yeah.
if they like. Right now they're playing only one dive hero, right? They're really only playing the ball. Their Echo is playing more of a poke style. She's not diving with the ball. If she was, that could be a problem. But the way that you're playing it, your Ana's not really getting like a ton of pressure from like a dive, right? She's only getting spammed, and she's fine just playing cover. But if they have a Winston, a Tracer, a Genji, or like a Winston and a Genji, this Ana is just gonna die repeatedly over and over again. You're just fucked. Like with the way that your Alari is stacking on your core, and like if they just walk a Winston down and just jump you, you're dead. I don't think
that's
you're
what
living
actually
that.
happens on a. That's what happens on attack. When we're attacking, we still ran Ana, and our Ana is just getting permafucked. I'm actually pretty sure that's what happened.
It might be. So there's a pretty good chance. A lot of people play Winston on this.
Oh yeah.
As an Ana player, I really hate Nimbani attack because you either have to fight for this, or you just sit down here and watch your team go in, and then you just get jumped on and die. Like there's no real good way to play on this map, at least on first. On everything else you have options, but first is very hard because you either have to take high ground, like either they're not holding high ground like up here, and you just walk on your own, and your team jumps them here, or your entire team has to fight for this, and then that's just like you're stuck in a small corner and you don't have a lot of like leeway.
Yeah.
I really don't like playing Ana here. I think Kiri and just jumping in with your Winston's probably better in like ranked. I think Kiri on like with your comp, like if you play Kiri with this comp, right? Think about it. Like Diva's a lot of damage, Ashe has a lot of poke damage, your Alari has a lot of poke damage, Akiri has a ton of poke damage, and Genji's fairly good with poke, but you're gonna dive with your Diva. That's a pretty good comp, I'd say. I think you could definitely get away with that.
Korean masterminds. What can we say?
This is like the NA
Big
special, actually, not Korea. Not a lot of Korean teams are running Alari.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Vanguard
Genji.
is well known Korean player.
Oh. I don't think that hit anyone.
No, it didn't.
Oh, that's ambitious.
Mercy is so weird.
That soldier is oblivious.
Because he was playing Torb.
That was a Torb player.
He looks like a Torb turret. He plays like a fucking Torb turret. What am I looking at? Like, what did I just watch?
You
Ain't
just
no
put on this
way.
earth for one role. It's to shoot the fucking team.
My bad. This is Grandmasters.
Oh yeah, this is 4.2 or something.
There's no way. I refuse
Yeah,
to believe
it
that.
is.
It was
it
a
is.
4.2.
You. That's a 4.2 player. You're telling me?
Apparently.
It's a 4.2.
He screams. He screams 4.2. He screams 4.2.
Yeah.
This
You know,
guy
here's my
single-handed me
estimate.
is making me
Word.
look like 5 KSR. I'm so thankful.
We don't
Yeah,
we don't verify.
we scream 3.5.
No one
Yeah, we
verifies
scream
4.2. I actually made a tweet, I think today or yesterday, because some team asked to some team I was playing asked for a roster and vouches for a 4-2 scrim. I was like, what are you smoking? Who does that?
Oh my.
So this is kind of how okay, well, your Larry might be in trouble. Yeah, your Larry's probably dead here. But I like your Genji and Diva playing together. You died to the Torb turret, Spinguard. No way.
I feel like there was a little bit more at play there, but you know.
Let's be honest,
hate
he
to
looks
see
like a
it.
carry soldier.
Mercy.
I
1v5
refuse to believe these guys
I
are
died.
4-2 players. They are just holding all of their ults for 10 years.
They scrim 4.2.
C9ing!
Yeah, don't.
Objective
don't.
lost.
I don't know what you're talking about. These guys are clearly the most 4.2 players I've ever seen.
These guys might beat Soul Infernal in playoffs today. I don't know if anyone
Maybe.
saw that game. That game was bad.
Yeah, Soul Inferno's
I
trash and
actually
terrible.
played against the entirety of Soul Inferno in my comp game today.
Dallas actually just bent them over backwards and proved they were frauds. It was
How'd
bad.
how'd the contenders team do?
They didn't make it. O2 Blast.
No, I know. I figured they wouldn't make it, but did they play well?
Yeah, they didn't make it to playoffs, so they didn't play today. But they've been playing well.
Nah, because there was one there. It was his contenders dreamers or some shit.
That was just
insane.
Owl. That was not playoffs.
Okay.
They tried for
okay.
play-ins to try and make playoffs, but they didn't make it. It was kind of sad. But O2 Blast was really, really good. They're another contenders team. I was really hoping they would make it, just because it would be funny to see a contenders team at playoffs.
Man, I really want to see fucking
Broad League.
MFC make it.
Wait,
That'd be
so
funny
then
as hell.
what teams did they beat out to make it to? Well,
Who?
The teams that made playoffs are Infernal, Fuel, Florida
Hangzhou.
Mayhem, Uprising,
Mayhem.
yeah, Mayhem.
Houston.
Yeah, yeah,
Outlaws.
Houston.
It was
No,
Atlanta,
that was a
Hangzhou.
match.
So today's matches were Atlanta versus Hangzhou, followed
yeah,
by
Spark.
Dallas
Goats.
Fuel versus Soul Infernal, followed by
Then it was
London
then it was
versus
Outlaw.
Boston,
Oh, yeah, it was
followed
yeah, it was
by
London.
Mayhem versus Houston. And the ones that we
Hangzhou
didn't
Spark.
see, I think we saw all matches
Goats.
today.
I
can
yeah,
pull it
they're
up.
going to groups.
Yeah,
Hangzhou
that was
Sparks are the
everyone, I
goats.
think.
Sparks are the goats.
Spark
Best
is
team
looking
in the
very
world.
strong right now.
Best team in the world. Simple as that.
And this Bob does nothing, man. What was this supposed to do?
Do something.
Let's see.
great space.
What was your thought process
Yeah.
behind that?
It was supposed to like bounce off the car into their
Ah.
back line.
Hmm.
It was actually so you see where the back right door is?
Yeah. Supposed to end up there?
It's like the top right corner of the cart. That's where it was supposed to end up.
Yeah, but it didn't. I don't think it would have made. I don't think it would have squeezed through. I don't know. Oh, A for effort. Also, if even if you do that, they just sleep bat. No.
That means they don't have sleep. Think
Yeah,
about
but look
it.
where your Genji's playing. I don't know, man.
To be honest, I don't know what to do with Bob. I just
Let's
got to
fucking
send
chuck that shit. Yeah. Wait, does he kill the ball?
No. It's literally like he's a turret. Now there's
He-
turret versus
Now
turret
there's two.
action.
Yeah, there's two Torb turrets on the field.
Yeah, me and Spinger have to fight for our lives. I remember this.
What's about to happen here?
I was so scared.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah, coming
Oh
for
no,
us.
they're sending the entire army.
This was like a Dead by Daylight like experience.
You have alerted the
Fucking
horde.
Avengers. Yeah, it's cringe.
Okay, your
Yeah.
team is just playing extremely split, extremely like not really going on a target, very unorganized, uncoordinated. I think part of it is your comp. Your comp does not play well into this.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it was a really good fit for first point, and then second point just completely changes it up.
Second point's even more high ground than first. You should in theory win it, but they just like the way that they play their comp. Like, actually, okay, no, your comp should be fine. You guys just played like you were just kind of like running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Like you weren't really playing for like one solo objective. You had your Genji off fighting fucking who knows what. Your Diva was off chasing their ball around the map. Your Ana and your Ashe were like on high ground trying to get a fight in, but then by that point your entire team is dead. Like it was, and your Bob just sits in the middle of fucking Nebraska and just shoots nothing. It was just very uncoordinated the entire time. I think if you had like an actual like, oh okay, we set up on high ground, we look to shoot these people, and like an actual fight plan, how we're gonna use our ults, how we're gonna walk in, would have went way different. Instead, you just kind of
I think
looked
this
around.
is before our team com arc. I think so,
Okay.
yeah, this is before we figured that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, the whole like the Route 66 was the map where we figured all that out. So
Yeah, that was a
Yeah, I'll take that blade. That's a pretty good blade considering all the things that could have went wrong. Could have dashed on like one of the 3 people who can just get away from you instantly. Could have gotten slept. Could have. I mean, you went on the soldier first, which was good. I'll take it. That's actually pretty
loaded on
decent.
in time.
this map is right after Route 66. I should point out.
Oh.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh.
That's crazy.
And this
retract
is
my
during the
statement.
team com arc. Unlucky.
Hey, I stuck a Diva mech at full health. I don't know what they expected.
Oh yeah, like.
Okay, we
fucking
hold right
eat all
click on that.
shit. Yeah, and then I run out of
And
mech.
someone still dies. Unlucky.
Buff matrix, make it 10 seconds, and it'd be balanced. Easy.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. I fucking hate Matrix. It's so annoying.
Yeah, well,
I love
worst
playing.
blade
I
in the
love
game.
playing into Diva players with 10 like more than double their like damage and like just DM. It's so obnoxious. -1 Ana. Okay, that Bob actually has a good goal. Nice, canceling the res.
I thought Bob imploded as well because of the deaths.
Oh,
of
Bob is
Dylan.
carrying. Look at him go.
Opie worshipper. Nice. What a chat.
What is the most ball player name?
I can think of one,
What?
but I will not say it.
Go ahead.
Nah, I'm good.
Alright,
This is
think
not
we'll
how my
cap this,
career
right?
ends.
Overtime.
Oh.
Oh, it's gonna be really funny.
Oh,
Team
You should look at that. You should look at that from my perspective.
we don't have time. I want to see
Yeah,
like,
it's
as much of
Scrims.
first
Oh,
one
our
as I can.
tag plan.
On
Our
3
tag
minutes.
plan is low key, kind of Smurf. It's like Korea Part 2.
Dude.
Is this the Tracer one? Yes, it's the Tracer one.
Yeah.
ready for
How long is this?
Finger on
pause?
Tracer, excuse me?
Yes. Oh yeah. This. Oh yeah.
This is where I cry because I get contested by 4
defend
people.
objective.
Spingus Tracer.
they've-
I think I beat
Fucking
Spingus
Avengers.
Whoa.
Tracer. My Tracer's
Fucking
pretty
Avengers follow him. That's just.
Like, it's just 4 people there.
Imagine
Did we get
dying.
the trade?
We were really late, so he said afterwards. We were very late.
good. Trades aren't great for
Yeah,
because
we were
they're
really
racy.
feeling that.
Spingus, don't die again, man. No way.
Yeah, that one's going in the clip.
That one's going in my
That one's
cringe
mod.
collection.
Then we run it back where the Avengers don't follow him.
I don't know about that one, bro. I think they follow me twice as hard.
Okay, good collapse on the Mercy.
Bruh.
Damn, Spingar dies again? That's crazy.
That's 3
Yo,
deaths
are you
on
on this?
Tracer.
Are you in this map? Are you in that map?
That's crazy.
I
You know
think
what's the
so.
funniest part? You're not even starting today.
That's really funny.
Yeah, you're welcome by the
You
way.
want to play ranked?
Nerf this.
Oh, okay, he got 2. He's redeemed himself.
And then I
Let's make it 3.
Do I?
Okay.
Holy shit! He killed
Yeah,
somebody
man,
on
go to
Tracer.
You guys have tier 3 proper on your team. Holy.
Tier
Oh,
3.
boy.
Lost.
Yeah,
Oh my
proper
God.
if he was in open division.
Yeah, he would do that. He would do that.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
This. I think we just stick with this for the rest of the game. We just go boom, boom, big boom, bomb, boom.
It looks like it's working.
I
Oh,
got one
no,
shot,
your
but
Genji
yeah,
got his ankles broken.
Oh wait, I forgot. Spingar literally has to start today. Flakies can't play today. It
No,
makes sense
sorry,
for like 2
guys,
seconds.
Okay. It really is tier 3 proper.
Oh,
And then yeah.
You start
I
logging
should've
on,
been,
guys.
I feel like I
It's
should have
10
been on
PM.
payload here.
Guys,
It's okay, it's
10
NA
PM.
scrims, you got 15 minutes.
That is
Yeah.
facts.
Exactly. Especially when you're the host.
NA host.
Sorry guys, gotta change the servers.
Just because of that, like I'm being dead ass. We're going Japan. Put Japanese servers or some shit.
60 seconds.
that's not to be very.
It's
fun.
gonna be accurate for Korean comp.
That's true.
No,
Bro,
it's Japan, not
not
Korea. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, but Japan servers is the closest thing to Korea.
Lobby. I just want to make sure.
Korea doesn't have their own Overwatch servers. I
They do.
doubt that.
Best available.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Close enough. We're
Korea
going.
is the gaming central of the world. Every game
Best
Korea
has
is
a
the
Korea server.
Overwatch central of the world.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Of course they have their own
Every game
servers.
has a
Everyone
Korea.
versus fucking Hurricane. I'm down.
I
You're telling
would
me
win.
South Florida doesn't have their own server?